A dangerous, multifaceted weather pattern is intensifying right now, and this is going to bring heavy snow life-threatening cold and catastrophic flooding all at the same time across different parts of the country over the next several days. An atmospheric river is continuing to hammer the Pacific Northwest, with another powerful system right behind it potentially unloading historic rainfall totals. At the same time, a winter storm is tracking through the nation's midsection, bringing accumulating snow from Kentucky all the way into the Northeast. And behind all of this, the coldest air of the season so far is about to plunge south, bringing dangerous wind chills and temperatures we rarely see in the United States. This is a complex weather pattern with multiple threats happening simultaneously. So, in today's forecast, we are going to break down the timing of each system, who gets the most snow, exactly how cold it is going to get, and what you need to know about this catastrophic flooding situation in the Pacific Northwest. Now, I want to begin with what is happening right now because we already have active weather across multiple parts of the country. Snow is currently falling across Kentucky, and this has been ongoing through the overnight hours. We also saw some accumulating snow across southern Illinois and Indiana during the night. Look at this. Montana is also seeing snow right now from a separate system. This snow in Kentucky is going to continue through the morning hours before it begins to spread northeast. By around lunchtime today, that snow is going to be moving into West Virginia and western Pennsylvania. And then, as we go into this evening, the snow spreads across the Ohio Valley and begins to impact the Great Lakes region. Picture here is late tonight around 10 p.m. Notice how that snow has really filled in across Ohio, Pennsylvania, and into western New York. By around 2 a.m. Saturday morning, that snow reaches the Interstate 95 corridor. We are looking at snow for Philadelphia, New York City, and into southern New England by early Saturday morning. Most of this snow is going to be falling during the overnight hours, Friday night into Saturday morning. So if you have early morning travel plans Saturday, especially across the Northeast, you need to be aware that roads could be snow-covered. Now, let me talk about the Pacific Northwest, because this is a very serious flooding situation that is developing. We still have an atmospheric river impacting Washington and Oregon right now, and here is the thing. We have another one coming right behind it. This is not just one event. This is multiple atmospheric river events back to back to back. The next atmospheric river is going to move into British Columbia on Saturday. By Sunday, it slams into Washington again. And then Monday, both Washington and Oregon are going to be dealing with another round of very heavy rainfall. This could be an atmospheric river level 4 event. The highest level is a 5. So this is a significant atmospheric river. And get this, the pattern does not shut off after that. As we go into next week, we have high pressure building over the Pacific, and this is going to continuously draw in moisture from the tropics, what we call a pineapple express pattern. This is going to pivot more towards California as we go through the middle of next week and then potentially swing back towards Washington and Oregon again by next weekend. The entire second half of December is looking very active for the West Coast with multiple atmospheric river events. For the next 7 days, we are looking at rainfall totals of 5 to 7 inches widespread across Washington and Oregon. Some locations, especially in the favored upslope areas, could see as much as 10 inches of rain. This is extremely dangerous because rivers are already running high from previous rainfall. Now let me walk you through the snowfall forecast because we are going to see accumulating snow across a pretty large area over the next 24 to 36 hours. Kentucky has already picked up 1 to 2 inches in some spots overnight. As this system continues to track northeast, here is what I think is going to happen. Ohio Valley locations like Cincinnati, Columbus, and Indianapolis are looking at 2 to 4 inches of snow. I think closer to 3 inches is likely for most of these areas. Moving into Ohio, Cleveland could see 3 to 5 inches. Akron and Youngstown, similar amounts of 3 to 5 inches. As we push into western Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh is looking at 4 to 6 inches. I wouldn't be surprised if some locations south of Pittsburgh pick up closer to 7 inches. West Virginia is going to be in a favorable zone for some heavier snow with the upslope enhancement. Charleston could see 5 to 7 inches. Moving into the northeast, Albany, New York is looking at 2 to 4 inches. Syracuse could pick up 3 to 5 inches. And then along the Interstate 95 corridor, we are looking at lighter amounts. Philadelphia 1 to 3 inches. New York City 1 to 3 inches. Boston could see 2 to 4 inches. The latest European model run did show some changes to the forecast. The 0Z run yesterday was showing heavier snow across Illinois and Indiana, but the most recent run has backed off on those totals a bit. So just be aware that this is still evolving. But across Ohio, western Pennsylvania, and West Virginia, that snow forecast has been very consistent. Montana is dealing with a separate system and could see 6 to 10 inches of snow over the next few days from their Clipper system. Now, we need to talk about the cold because this is going to be the main story over the next several days. And this is dangerous cold that we are talking about. Let me break down the temperature forecast day by day so you know exactly what to expect. Today, we already have negative temperatures moving through the upper Midwest. Fargo is sitting at -8 degrees right now. Minneapolis is around -2. Duluth, -12 degrees. These are actual air temperatures. Chicago is currently sitting at 18 degrees. Milwaukee around 15. Green Bay is at 12 degrees. Detroit is around 22 degrees. By Saturday morning, that cold is going to deepen even further. Minneapolis drops to -15 degrees. Fargo could hit -20 degrees. Duluth, -25. This is the coldest air of the season so far. Chicago, Saturday morning will be around 5 degrees. Milwaukee near 0. Green Bay -5 degrees. Detroit drops to 10 degrees. Cleveland around 12 degrees. Even as far south as Indianapolis, you are only going to be around 10 degrees Saturday morning. Sunday morning is when the coldest air really settles in. Minneapolis could hit -20 degrees. Fargo, -30 degrees. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some locations in North Dakota get down to -35 degrees. Chicago Sunday morning only gets to 0 degrees. Indianapolis drops to 5 degrees. Cincinnati around 8 degrees. Columbus 10 degrees. Cleveland 12 degrees. Look at this temperature map for Sunday morning. We are bringing freezing temperatures all the way down into northern Texas and Oklahoma. All across northern Mississippi, into Tennessee and Kentucky, you are looking at temperatures in the teens and 20s. By Monday morning, the cold pushes even deeper into the south. This is when we see freezing temperatures reach the Gulf Coast. Freezing temperatures are likely across northern Louisiana all the way towards the Florida Panhandle. Dallas could see temperatures in the mid-20s Monday morning. Little Rock around 20 degrees. Memphis near 20 degrees. Nashville is going to be in the teens. Even Atlanta could drop into the mid-20s. This is significant cold for these southern locations. Now, if you are wondering how cold it is going to feel outside, this includes the wind, and this is where things get extremely dangerous. Saturday morning wind chills are going to be brutal across the Midwest and Great Lakes. Minneapolis wind chills near -35 degrees. Fargo could see wind chills as low as -45 degrees. Duluth wind chills near -40. Chicago wind chills around -15 degrees. Milwaukee wind chills -20. Green Bay wind chills -25. Detroit wind chills around -5. Cleveland wind chills near 0. These are dangerous wind chills. Sunday morning, the wind chills get even worse. Minneapolis wind chills could drop to -40 degrees. Fargo wind chills as low as -50 degrees. This is life-threatening cold. Chicago wind chills around -20 degrees. Indianapolis wind chills near -10. Cincinnati wind chills around -5. Even as far south as Louisville and Nashville, you are going to feel wind chills in the single digits to low teens. With wind chills, this low frostbite is possible in under 10 minutes of exposure. Please make sure you are bundling up. Multiple layers are essential. Cover all exposed skin. Don't be scared. Be prepared. This is dangerous cold and it needs to be taken seriously. Monday morning wind chills continue to be dangerous. Minneapolis still near -30. Chicago wind chills around -10. And now we are looking at wind chills in the teens and 20s all the way down into Texas and the deep south. Dallas wind chills in the low 20s. Memphis wind chills in the teens. Atlanta wind chills in the 20s. This is cold that these areas are not used to seeing. Let me break this down by region so you know exactly what to expect. If you are in the upper Midwest like Minnesota, Wisconsin, and North Dakota, this is going to be extremely dangerous cold. Saturday morning temperatures -15 to -30 degrees. Sunday morning even colder with temperatures -20 to -35 in some spots. Wind chills -40 to -50 degrees. This is the coldest air we have seen all season. Travel is going to be hazardous with the snow today and then the extreme cold Saturday through Monday. Make sure you have emergency supplies if you must travel. Check your heating systems. Make sure your vehicles are winterized. If you are in the Great Lakes region like Michigan, Ohio, and Indiana, you have snow moving through today into tonight with 2 to 5 inches likely across most areas. Saturday morning temperatures drop into the single digits with wind chills, -10 to -20 degrees. Sunday morning is the coldest with temperatures around 0 to 10 degrees and wind chills -10 to -25. Travel today and tonight is going to be difficult with the snow. And then Saturday through Monday, the extreme cold is going to be the main concern. If you are in the Ohio Valley like Kentucky, West Virginia, and southern Ohio, you have snow this morning with accumulations of 3 to 6 inches likely. The cold arrives Saturday with morning lows in the single digits to low teens. Wind chills Saturday and Sunday morning near 0 to -10 degrees. This is well below average for this time of year. If you have outdoor plans this weekend, please take the cold seriously. If you are in the Northeast, like Pennsylvania, New York, and New England, snow arrives late tonight into early Saturday morning with 1 to 4 inches likely. Interior sections will see the higher amounts. The cold moves in Saturday and Sunday with morning lows in the teens and wind chills near 0 to 10 degrees. If you have travel plans early Saturday morning, be aware of snow-covered roads, especially in interior sections. If you are in the south, like Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and Tennessee, the cold arrives Sunday and Monday. Monday morning brings freezing temperatures as far south as the Gulf Coast. Dallas low 20s. Monday morning, Little Rock near 20 degrees. Memphis around 20. Nashville in the teens. Atlanta mid-20s. Wind chills will make it feel even colder. This is a hard freeze situation. Make sure to protect sensitive plants and outdoor pets. If you are in the Pacific Northwest like Washington, Oregon, and Northern California, you have ongoing catastrophic flooding concerns. Another atmospheric river arrives Saturday through Monday with an additional 5 to 10 inches of rain possible. Rivers are already running high. Major flooding is likely. Please stay alert for flood warnings. Do not attempt to drive through flooded roadways. This is a very serious flooding situation. This right here is the story of our December weather pattern. We have had a persistent trough in the east and ridge in the west. This has allowed cold air to continuously spill south from Canada into the United States. Well, I think that this pattern is finally about to break down after this cold outbreak, and the GFS model shows this quite well. Check out what happens after Monday. We are going to have this big Arctic blast this weekend into Monday, and then boom, that ridge in the west is going to expand and move across the entire country. We are looking at a dramatic warm-up by the middle of next week. For you weather nerds out there, this is textbook pattern breakdown. Some of the places that are going to be 30 to 40 degrees below average this weekend could be 20 to 30 degrees above average by Wednesday and Thursday. That is an incredible temperature swing. Central Nebraska could be approaching 80 degrees by Wednesday. That would be the first time we have seen temperatures that warm in weeks. Parts of Kansas, Oklahoma, even up into South Dakota could see temperatures in the 70s by the middle of next week. This is what I believe is going to be the great thaw of December 2025. Get ready for a major pattern flip. Now looking ahead beyond next week, things get a bit uncertain. The pattern suggests we are going to have above average temperatures across much of the southern half of the country as we approach Christmas. Below average temperatures are more likely across the northern United States. This could set up a battle zone somewhere in between where we could see active weather right around the holiday. Snow, rain, maybe even some severe weather could all be on the table depending on where this boundary sets up. We are still about 2 weeks out from Christmas, so a lot can change, but that is what the pattern is suggesting right now. The Pacific Northwest is going to continue to deal with multiple atmospheric river events through the rest of December. This is not a quick hit situation. We are looking at potentially several more systems over the next 10 to 14 days. Rainfall totals could really add up. Some locations could see 20 to 30 inches of rain by the end of the month if this pattern continues. That is why the flooding situation is so serious. Rivers need time to recede between events, and they are not going to get that break. So to summarize, snow is ongoing right now across Kentucky, Illinois, and Indiana, and will spread into Ohio, Pennsylvania, and the Northeast tonight into Saturday morning. 2 to 5 inches likely for most areas with locally higher amounts up to 7 inches in spots. Behind that, dangerous cold arrives Saturday and peaks on Sunday and Monday. Minneapolis could hit negative 30 degrees. Wind chills as low as negative 50 in parts of the upper Midwest. Freezing temperatures reach the Gulf Coast by Monday morning. This is followed by a dramatic warm-up by Wednesday with temperatures potentially reaching 80 degrees in the Central Plains. The Pacific Northwest continues to deal with catastrophic flooding with another atmospheric river this weekend, bringing an additional 5 to 10 inches of rain. If you have travel plans this weekend, especially Saturday morning, or if you are traveling through areas that are going to see this extreme cold, please make sure you are prepared. Have emergency supplies in your vehicle. Make sure your heating systems are working. And check on elderly neighbors during this cold snap. If you are excited about the warm-up coming next week, let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and I will see you in the next one. Des.